this past week, I've been. I don't know if I ever mentioned to you that I'm doing a project where I'm building a wall and a door downstairs, right, for my
Oh,
son's
so that
room.
that pushed through.
Yeah.
You mentioned it last episode, but there was no update if the wife was going to allow you to do it.
Well, she allowed me to build the wall. She hasn't. She's still considering, hopefully, letting me turn upstairs into my studio.
Oh, that was the part that hasn't been agreed on yet. So
Correct. Correct.
you're you're paying your dues by doing the wall, and then you better ask her before she comes up with her own office up there, man.
She's not gonna come. She has a nice office set up right here by the kitchen, and she likes it. I already told
What
her to move before, but she doesn't want to move.
what are the current plans for upstairs then?
Supposedly the baby's toy room. I don't know.
I'm just saying you better beat her to the punch before she comes up with something concrete.
She already knows. She's already considering, hopefully considering or thinking about it. I don't know. But I spent like a good part of 3 days planning downstairs,
Mm.
measuring, creating a little like mock diagram of what I'm trying to do, just so that I have a proper idea of like what I'm trying to do, right?
Mm.
I wrote down a list of materials that I need. I went to
Mm.
the store to shop and budget for the materials so that I know the cost and whatnot, right?
You sound like you're saying a joke. Is there going to be a punchline at the end of this story?
Well, no. First, I overexerted myself. I didn't realize the amount of work what that's going to take. Granted, it's not that hard of a work. It's just I thought I was prepared walking into this, right? So I take my list with my list of material, my diagram, my measurements, what I need. But as you go, or as I'm going, new things pop up in my head, new ideas, new possible ways that might want to do this. At the same time, I'm seeing different options, materials as from the first time that I saw. Because I'm also mindful of my budget. I have a small budget that I'm trying to do, but I'm trying to make it as presentable and nice as possible.
Oh, so sorry.
No,
So
right.
sorry. Just a quick pause. I wanted to end my story about, driving in the rain with this
Mm.
shirt.
What is
With this
that?
shirt. Aegis, the song that they're promoting here is Halik, but Aegis is known for the song Basang basa sa ulan,
Never
walang
even heard of them.
masisilungan.
Right.
Sorry,
No, you're
got
fine.
distracted there. I
I
was
didn't know
thinking
who they are. I'm gonna ages. I'm gonna take a look at that. I wanna.
there was a detail or something, um, some detail in the story that I wanted to tell you about, and I was thinking that I forgot. They
Right.
are a true blue, Filipino rock band
Mm,
back in the late 90s, I think, or early 2000s, and they
mm.
were really popular because of their rock and I don't
They're
know if you call
grunge
it
rock and
rock and
roll.
roll, but the lead vocalist has a really like strong voice
Right.
that just pierces through the rest of the band
Mm,
behind her. And yeah, so if you want to like really totally emote, you know get your emo on,
right.
their songs are
That's the band to
pretty.
go for.
Yeah, or in other words, karaoke. If you want to bust it out with karaoke songs,
Wow.
AGs is a safe bet.
It's always a winner.
So you had plans, you
Yeah.
measured
Anyway,
everything
sorry.
out.
So I didn't know that. So I will go to Home Depot. I pick out all the materials, the boards, put it on my stroller, my cart, and then I start asking the guy to help me cut the boards. So he's like cutting it and whatnot, right? While he's cutting all the boards based on my measurements, I'm walking around picking up my materials like nails and screws and hinges and so forth and so forth and so forth. I load it all up in a car in my truck, come home. When I get home, I start putting everything together, right?
Hold on. On TikTok, I think we'll get more views if we have Christine on the video instead of my face.
Whichever works out.
So, all right. So you're loading stuff on the truck.
So I got home basically. I start building the process of building. This was yesterday. Okay. And then what I hate the most is when you're doing something and you're working on a project and there's always something that does not work out. and there's always something that you're missing, like materials or equipment or whatever.
How long were you thinking this job is going to take?
Uh well, I was hoping I would be halfway done yesterday.
Okay. So how many days is that? Just one day?
Just one day. So hopefully halfway done. Supposedly a 3-day work for me. But now it's
Oh,
gonna
okay,
take a
okay.
little bit longer because I realize I have to paint it still. After
Okay.
yesterday, the only thing that I got up was the frame. And then the
Oh.
measurements are off. For some reason, I didn't account for like some stupid space in the floor or in the wall. So I'm
Mm,
like half an inch short on a lot of, I mean, over on a lot of my materials. I can't go back to Home Depot just to have them cut half an inch off all the stupid
right.
wood that I have. So
Hold
now
on.
I have.
That's why it's a good thing that you can see this on The Office. That's exactly what happened here. Come on, go ahead with the story. I'll show you something.
Oh no! So I got to go buy a saw. Then I got to spend some time cutting some wood today, and hopefully I'll get all the frame back up today, and then hopefully at least a wall, one side of the wall up already. That's the goal today, you know.
So
But
when we sort of customized this table and
yeah,
stuck it to the wall and
yeah,
made the measurements already, that's why they said measured twice, cut once.
exactly.
So we measured the wall, right?
Uh,
And that was before we put the tiles on the floor.
oh,
So when they when they when we put the tiles on the floor, and I say we, not like I was helping out
yeah,
the
yeah,
carpenters. We actually got carpenters to do it. And it anyway, I don't know how to show the example now, but oh no, it's the computer that I was having trouble with. It's not really the chair. But yeah, so it's difficult to put the chair under the table, and then the computer is like a little too high from
right,
anyway, it just throws off all the measurements based on the chair to the floor because of the tiles go up another half an inch, and then the
right.
tables are like so is that what happened?
Pretty
It's just
much.
too
It's
it's just
it's my
too
measurements
embarrassing.
were all fucked up because of a little siding on the wall that I did not account for. Instead of measuring it past the siding, I was measuring it on the siding, which gave like a half an inch gap. So here I am thinking I'm all prepared. I got all the equipment. So I'm doing this, measuring it. Oh, I don't have a saw. I got to go back out to this store to get a saw. I have the wrong nails. I got to go back out to the store to get the wrong. It was a whole debacle yesterday, and you
And
learn
then
as you go. You know, I'm going back and forth.
and then the Home Depot guy's like saying, "Is this your first project?"
Well, here's the thing that almost happened. The third trip. Oh, I had about 6 trips yesterday. Six
In
after the
one day,
second in one day. After the second trip
six
to Home
trips to
Depot,
Home Depot in one day.
because I keep forgetting stuff, or there's something that's missing, you know, or the wrong one. After the second trip to Home Depot, the guys at the counter, when you walk in, the counters right there are like looking at me already, right? Like giving me a side eye or something. Like, what the hell is this dude doing here again? He probably doesn't know what he's doing. So I decided to go to different locations. Like I went to Walmart, I went to Lowe's, which is another hardware store, and there's another Home Depot down the street as well. So, just so that I
to,
don't get embarrassed.
to try to hide your mistakes.
Yeah. But the lucky thing is those other places are within the same distance of the original Home Depot I went to. So at least I'm not like wasting gas or anything, you know? Well, I am wasting gas, but
Yeah.
um the good thing
That's why
is
that's why I was suggesting we change the podcast name to Jason and Noel Raw or unfiltered or uncensored or what, because this is kind of like where we sort of hang our dirty laundry.
exactly.
Oh yeah,
That's
so
not the
that's
worst
another
part though.
title. Jason and Noel's dirty laundry.
Remember that, okay? I need to think about that. Remember that. The worst part about all this experience as of yesterday is I'm doing this project for the kids.
Hold
So
on,
I
hold on.
asked the kid, I'm doing this project for the kids. So I asked the kids yesterday to clear downstairs.
One
Okay.
second before you get to that part of the story. I want to tell Christine what happened because she didn't hear it.
Ah,
Punta daw siya sa isang hardware. And marami daw siya nakalimutan. So balik siya ng balik. Para hindi daw siya nakakahiyang balik siya ng balik. Punta siya sa ibang hardware. para,
Tatlong ibang hardware ang pinuntahan ko.
para hindi daw halata na palagi may nakakalimutan siya.
Pabalik.